Hello, I'm Sarah and welcome to Run and Read with Sarah Louise. Today we have a running focused video. I thought I would debrief you from my first race. I did a 5k race for life in July. That was my first ever running race. I have taken part in the race for life before, but I've walked it because I've done it with either my aunt or my mum. So starting at the beginning of the day, I had a porridge pot about 2 hours before the race was due to start, just to keep me fueled but also give myself enough time to digest it. At the start of any race for life they do like a group warm-up. It's like a dance fun warm-up. It was great, and then they call for the runners first and then the joggers and then the walkers. That's just how they have always been set up. I went with the joggers because I wasn't walking it, but also the runners I assumed would be faster than me, so I figured put myself in the middle and it should be okay. I ran the first sort of 2.5k, so I ran the first half and then there was quite a steep incline, so I walked up the incline because I didn't want to tire myself out completely before I'd even gotten anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Ran the first half. I was determined to run for as long as possible before having to take a walking break, but because of such a steep incline it kind of forced me to take one, which is probably a good thing in hindsight, because I then got to about 3k, 3.5k probably, and then I had to walk for about 200 meters because my breathing was all over the place. I think I'd gotten a bit overexcited about the fact that I was way over halfway at this point, so I was like, yeah, push now. I pushed too early. So about a 200 meter walking break between 3.5 and 4k. It seemed to take forever to get to 4k. I was like, where is this 4k marker? I'm running and running and I can't see it. And then I turned a corner and it was there. And I even said to the marshal as I went past, I was like, that was the longest kilometre of my life. It just seemed to go on forever. But it came, and then I was in the mindset of, right, last kilometre, now push. And as soon as you get closer to the finish line and the finish line's in sight and there's all the people like cheering you on, cheering on their family, it makes you feel really good and it's like, right, I'm nearly there. So it was push, push, push. And then I crossed the finish line and I think I must have looked a bit worse for wear because one of the women sort of stood near the finish line. She's like, just keep breathing, keep walking, keep breathing. But I did the 5k race for life in July in 36 minutes, which is a 2-minute PB for me, so I was really pleased with that. I would like to work on my 5k time because I'd like to get it closer to the 30-minute mark, but at the moment I'm training for a 10k, so that is my priority right now, is getting the distance in rather than the speed. But that will be my next steps. But the race, I did it on my own and I went on my own, and there were so many lovely supportive people there. You didn't feel like you were on your own. It was lovely, and to be raising money for such an amazing cause was just the cherry on the cake, really. So if you're thinking about doing a 5k race and you're worried, don't be worried. There's literally no pressure when it comes to the race for life because it's just about having fun and raising money. So that's why I chose that race as my first one. So it was a bit more lighthearted. It wasn't so serious running race. I'm thinking about maybe doing a park run, maybe one Saturday morning, just to see if I can pick up the pace a bit for a 5k. But again, I think I'll do that after I've done my 10k race because that is my focus right now. Ran the first 2.5k, walked up an incline, ran again until 3.5k, had about a 200 meter walking break, 4 to 5k, push to the finish line. 36-minute PB, super excited about that. Let me know in the comments if any of you have done 5k races, whether you do park runs, if you're runners at all. Let me know. I would love to know more about my community that watches me. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.